Hello children, let's start chapter 5, primary activities. This chapter is about the primary sector of the economy. Now let's start in a systematic manner. What is an economic activity? Human activities which generate income are known as economic activities. Economic activities are divided into various sectors like primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary sectors. And the reason we have done such divisions is to identify the population engaged in various activities that support the economy. Why do we need to do that? Because it always better if we measure growth so that necessary changes, development can be made. Like for example, I can give you like a supermarkets. So what happened in supermarkets, they check the consumers behavior of buying habits कि customers जो हैं सबसे ज़्यादा क्या prefer करते हैं खरीदना. ठीक है, जिस चीज़ की जितना ज़्यादा डिमांड होती है उस सब का डेटा कलेक्ट कर लिया जाता है किसी भी सुपरमार्केट्स में. ठीक है, फिर उसके अकॉर्डिंग वहाँ पर उस चीज़ की जो क्वांटिटी है वो बढ़ा दी जाती है लोगों के बिहेवियर के अकॉर्डिंग कि डेफिनेटली उसकी सेल बढ़ेगी और द प्रोडक्ट कैन बी सेल एफिशिएंटली. ओके, देन फिर उसके ऊपर क्या डिस्काउंट दे सकते हैं, क्या बेनिफिट्स हो सकते हैं, इन सब और चीज़ों को प्रॉपरली अरेंज करके और फिर सप्लाई किया जाता है. इन द सेम मैनर गवर्नमेंट ऑल्सो ट्रैक्स द इकोनॉमी. जैसे सुपरमार्केट्स करते हैं वैसे ही गवर्नमेंट भी अपनी जो उनकी इकोनॉमी है उसको ट्रैक करती है. लाइक हाउ दे रिकॉर्ड द बिहेवियर ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन. वो क्या करते हैं कि जो बिहेवियर है लोगों का उसे चेक करते हैं कि पॉपुलेशन जो है वो किन डिफरेंट वेरियस एक्टिविटीज में एंगेज है. ओके, एंड इन व्हाट एल्स सेक्टर्स they are involved, like in primary, secondary, tertiary or quaternary sectors. In this way, government can see towards and if necessary make the changes that they have significant change to roll out new schemes. अब जब वो ये सब चीजें करते हैं तो वो ये देखते हैं कि किसमें लोगों का बेनिफिट हो. ओके, सो वो न्यू स्कीम्स बनाते हैं, नई पॉलिसीज बनाते हैं. गवर्नमेंट जो है न्यू इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर्स बनाती है और अपनी जो स्पेंडिंग्स हैं, गवर्नमेंट की स्पेंडिंग्स हैं जो पॉपुलेशन पे वो स्पेंड करना चाहती है वो सबको इंक्रीज कर देते हैं. सो जब ये सारा डेटा उनके पास कलेक्ट होता है then they give the increase of employment, the demand, the production which can improve nation's economy. So and I hope you understood what is that primary activities. Now primary activities are directly dependent on environment as these refer to utilization of Earth's resources such as land, water, vegetation, building materials and minerals. It thus includes hunting and gathering, pastoral activities, fishing, forestry, agriculture and mining and quarrying. These are the livelihood and provided by the nature. You all know these all things are provided by the nature and are natural, so we can or people can easily correlate. Now we are going to read some primary activities, what are their importance, how they are done and what are their pros and cons. Hunting and gathering. The earliest human beings depend on their immediate environment for their sustenance. They subsisted on animals which they hunted and edible plants which they gathered from forests in the vicinity. Primitive societies depend on wild animals. People located in very cold and extremely hot climates survived on hunting. You all know that primitive people, they used to do hunting for their existence and still Nowadays, also, those who were living in very extreme conditions, like in very cold areas and hot areas, they still survive on hunting. The people in the coastal areas, coastal जो sea coast के पास में है, still catch fish. वो अभी भी fishes पकड़ते हैं. Through fishing has experienced modernization due to technological progress. Gathering and hunting are the oldest economic activity known. These are carried out at different levels with different orientations. Gathering is practiced in region with harsh climatic conditions. It often involves primitive societies who extract both plant and animals to satisfy their needs for food, shelter, and clothing. This type of activity requires a small amount of capital investment and operate at very low level of technology. The yield per person is very low and little or no surplus is produced. Now, I hope you understand hunting. Hunting means the harvest of animals. Okay. Then gathering. Gathering is practiced in high latitude zones, which include northern Canada, northern Eurasia, and southern Chile. As these all areas are extreme cold areas, so people used to gather the things. We are talking about regions of temperate zones. These places are very cold and they are ideal to grow tasty fruits that have high commercial values like apple, pear, peach, plum, grape, strawberry, blueberry, etc. All these are commercial fruits and there is huge demand in the market. Now come to the low latitude zones such as the Amazon basin, tropical Africa, northern fringe of Australia and the interior parts of Southeast Asia. These are tropical regions of southern hemisphere. Here mainly you will find evergreen trees, bushes, shrubs which have medicinal qualities. They are also used for beverages, drugs, cosmetics, fibers and fabrics, etc. And after simple processing, products are sold in the markets. So now you can understand the commercial use of these primary activities. Pastoralism. What is the meaning of pastoralism? Pastoralism is a branch of agriculture concerned with the raising of livestock. In the simple terms, it is animal husbandry. What is animal husbandry? Rearing of animals, या animals को पालना. So, the care of animals such as camels, goat, cattle, yaks, llamas, and sheep. So, earlier, when people killed animals for food, shelter, and clothing, soon they realized that it is not sustainable, meaning hunting animals is not at all the permanent solution to human beings. And then they realized to domesticate animals. Domesticate animals, animals को पालना start किया जाए because it is beneficial on both sides. तो ये दोनों के लिए benefit रहेगा. Human beings, they will get their need fulfilled and animals will get the necessary care. तो ह्यूमन बींग्स के लिए भी फायदेमंद रहेगा और एनिमल्स के लिए भी अच्छा रहेगा एंड दैट्स हाउ pastoralism came into existence. Today, it is done both to support individually and commercial level, that is to sell products in the market. At some stage in history, with the realization that hunting is an unsustainable activity, human beings might have thought of domestication of animals. People living in different climatic conditions selected and domesticated animals found in their regions. लोगों को जैसा favorable लगा उस एरिया के पर्टिकुलर एरिया के कंडीशंस के अकॉर्डिंग उन्होंने अब एनिमल्स को domesticate करना स्टार्ट कर दिया. Depending on the geographical factors and technological development, animal rearing today is practiced either as at the subsistence or at the commercial level. Under pastoralism, we have subtopics. Now we will read about nomadic herding. What is nomadic herding? We'll break it into two parts. What is nomadic? Meaning living in the life like a nomad. They are people who move from one place to another in search of food and shelter. Okay, and the meaning of herding is having a group of animals then moving in a groups. So आपने कई बार देखा होगा रोड्स पर कई लोग जो हैं वो बहुत सारी भेड़ें बकरियां और कैटल को ले जाते हैं तो उसे ही हम हर्डिंग कहते हैं दैट इज नोन एज हर्डिंग सो दिस इज नोमैडिक हर्डिंग Nomadic herding or pastoral nomadism is a primitive subsistence activity in which the herders rely on animals for food, clothing, shelter, and tools and transport. They move from one place to another along with their livestock. Livestock means cattle. Depending on the amount there and quality of pastures and water. जहाँ पर भी उनको अच्छा ग्रीनरी दिख जाती है या जहां अच्छा पानी मिल जाता है वो वहीं रुक जाते हैं Each nomadic community occupies a well identified territory as a matter of tradition. जितनी भी nomadic communities हैं उनके अपने कुछ territory और अपने tradition को वो follow करते हैं as nomads are found in the entire world. So, a wide variety of animals kept in different regions. In tropical Africa, cattle are the most important livestock, while in Sahara and Asiatic deserts, sheep and goats and camels are reared. In the mountainous areas of Tibet and Andes, yak and llamas, and in the Arctic and subarctic areas, reindeer are the most important animals. Pastoral nomadism is associated with three important regions. The core region extends from the Atlantic shores of North Africa eastwards across the Arabian Peninsula into Mongolia and central China. The second region extends over the tundra region of Eurasia, and the third one, the the southern hemisphere. There are small areas in southwest Africa and on the island of Madagascar. Now, next is there is a term called transhumance. So, what is transhumance means? So, because this is an important term, it may ask many times in exams. So, just see, it is referred to the movement of livestock from one grazing ground to another, depending upon the season. For example, during summers, mountains are very cooler than plain areas. So, animals they move to the mountains and during the winter they move to plain areas back as plains are warmer than mountains. This is called transhumance. So, in India, some tribes who practice transhumance, those are Gujars, Bakarwals, Gadis, and Bhotiyas. So, they used to follow this transhumance.